Welcome back to a brand new Clash Royale video, guys. My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today we're going to be hopping into a pair of battles on my Chief Pat 2 account that ended up going the distance and being two of the longest battles that I've ever played on this account. Now, I don't play a ton of friendly battles on this account, so generally my longer battles have to come from either multiplayer or inside of a tournament. So I was actually messing around inside of a tournament for this very first battle, and I ended up getting into one that was a pretty big doozy. Now, obviously, on my Chief Pat 2 account, still playing that Sparky deck just a bit, especially in the tournaments, trying to pick up as many wins as I can. And this was actually one of my very first battles, where you can see I'm going to start with a Giant in the back. This guy's going to play a Musketeer. Of course, this guy is using a Spectator, which by now pretty much everyone assumes that they're cheating when there's a spectator inside of the battle. I'll talk more about that in a future video. Let's go ahead and get ready with a big push down that right-hand lane. I've got the Musketeer actually helping out against that Hog Rider, and let's go ahead and make a big push until that Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Valkyrie come out. So I thought I was actually going to get more out of that because he played that Hog Rider down the left-hand lane, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get too much. My tower's going to lock onto that Mini P.E.K.K.A. and actually take it out before it gets a single shot off against my tower. I was a little bit worried I would have to play my Zap spell for a second, but let's just play our Elixir Collector in the bottom left and start to hunker down, which is for sure, or what is for sure going to be an extremely long game. And let's go ahead and see if we can pick up a W. Alright, so Sparky in the back, since I don't have our cannon to play, I'm going to probably follow up my Valkyrie in just a moment. Of course, he's going to drop a WoW that I have a legendary card as usual. I sort of want to save my Valkyrie just because he has his Musketeer over there, so I'm going to play my Valkyrie right now. But unfortunately, the Musketeer did lock on to my Sparky for just a second, so it ended up doing a couple of shots onto that Sparky. Now, Musketeer will stay alive just long enough to get a couple of hits off against the Ice Wizard. At this point, we should have an Elixir advantage, so let's go ahead and play our Giant. Our Sparky is fully charged up and ready to go. He's going to start laughing. I'm wondering what he's going to play as our Fire Spirits destroy that Valkyrie right there. And since our Sparky did get low from that one Musketeer on our side of the map, he's actually going to be able to take it out and then not get a hit off against that Mini P.E.K.K.A. in time to let our Giant get a decent amount of damage off against the tower. Now, getting into double Elixir, I'm feeling like we're getting some pretty good momentum in this match, but I have no idea where it's going. We're going to shoot down those Fire Spirits. He's got an Ice Wizard right here. Our Sparky's going to go ahead and blow that to smithereens. I was sort of hoping it would retarget to the Musketeer because it probably would have had splash damage to kill that tower as well. And now with all these troops running down the lane, let's go and use our Fire Spirits. He's going to use his Zap spell again. Our Sparky's going to go down, but his Musketeer did lock onto our tower, so I have to drop my Valkyrie right on top of it to make sure we shove it out of the way and are able to counter effectively. Alright, so Giant and Sparky are down. He's trying to defend as much as possible as the Musketeer goes down the left-hand lane. The Sparky's going to blow up that Musketeer, and take a look as the Giant is waddling towards the tower. The tower's going to start getting beaten down as quickly as possible, but the Mini P.E.K.K.A. will blow it up in just a moment. This battle is pretty close going into extra time, and since it is a tournament, that means that it's going to be 3 minutes of overtime to decide the victor. Now, a huge Sparky Blast is going to blow up like 12 Elixir worth of cards right near that cannon right there. And as our Sparky charges up, let's just play an Elixir Collector, because at this point I'm realizing we're in this one for a long time. There's not going to be a quick battle right here. I need to defend as much as possible, let this guy make as many mistakes as we can, and sort of make our way from there. So let's go and use our Zap spell into the Musketeer. His Valkyrie is going to lock onto the tower yet again, though, so we are going to take a little bit of punishment for playing that Elixir Collector. Now our Elixir Collector is pumping up in the bottom left. Let's go ahead and play another one in the bottom right. I'm sort of figuring out by now that this guy's not going to be able to do too much to stop us as far as get to our tower, as long as we play our cards correctly. Looks like his Hog Rider's going to die right there. Our Musketeer's going to shoot down his Musketeer. He's actually going to wait, what happened right there? He actually got his Musketeer to redirect right there to where it was shooting the tower. I don't even know what the heck happened, but the Musketeer lived. My tower retargeted to the Ice Wizard, and both of those Elixir Collectors had me really, really greedy right there, to where now my tower's at 134 HP. I think that's 2 Zap spells away from dying, so we have to make a big push. I've got 2 Valkyries down, I've got a Giant down, I've got Fire Spirits, I've got the Musketeer. He's probably going to zap me down pretty soon as the Fire Spirits run towards that Ice Wizard. The Zap spell's going to go down. The Musketeer's doing work. The Fire Spirits are even going to blow up my they're actually going to blow up my Musketeer as well as my Sparky. We're getting no damage done onto this tower, guys, and that means that this game is looking pretty bad. 120, or no, not 120 seconds, but a minute and 20 seconds left as our Sparky goes down. He zaps my Sparky yet again. The Sparky is so low, I think it's one hit away, or my tower's so low, I think it's one hit away from going down. So at this point, I've got to go all out. I'm going to zap all of his troops. My Sparky's going to blow up that mini P.E.K.K.A. And the Fire Spirits are going to try to do work against my Giant. The Sparky's going to blow up the Musketeer. We're doing absolutely everything we can. I'm shoving my troops down the lane to try to get to the tower. I think a Sparky would destroy my tower, but we get that one blast off with 50 seconds left. Nothing else to say but good game right there. And wow, for the first battle of a tournament, that was one way to do it. With a 1 crown to 0, 5 minute and 10 second battle. The longest battle I've ever had on my Chief Pat 2 account, and one that was pretty ridiculous until the very end. I think he might have had his zap spell in rotation, and he could have killed my tower if he knew the damage of his zap. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and get into another battle that was sure to be a barn burner. And I'm going to start off with a Valkyrie in the very back. Now, with his Elixir Collector, we want to go on the offensive, and this one wasn't in a tournament, so obviously he's going to have that level advantage. The lightning spell is going to go down on both my Sparky as well as my tower, but that's a pretty aggressive play as far as Elixir goes, so we're going to blow up that knight up into smithereens. My Sparky's going to do the best it can to recharge for the tower. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I'm actually going to get aggressive right here and use my zap spell to get 2 additional shots off against the tower, as well as I did stunt the Elixir Collector's, I guess, growth, you could call it, or production. So instead, now we can play our own Elixir Collector to counter the one he played on the top left, but he's going to have a massive, massive Elixir lead going into the rest of the battle. I don't know if that zap spell was very smart, guys. I should have just taken that chip damage, because now he's going to bring the pain with the Lumberjack. He's got the Baby Dragon as well. The Mega Minion, everyone's least favorite card to defend against, is going to make its way down the lane. Musketeer is going to do its best that it can, but look at the Mega Minion's damage. Underneath the Lumberjack's Rage spell, the Mega Minion takes like 3 swipes on my tower and blows it into smithereens. Honestly, that lightning spell was impressive. I have no idea how he played a lightning spell and missed my Elixir Collector and my Musketeer. Really no words for that one. That was actually impressive. He must have played it like towards the very center of the map. But that means the tower in the right-hand lane is going to go down, and with a minute and 10 seconds left, we have a pretty obvious lead in this battle. Now, of course, we do have to protect this right-hand side, as well as the left-hand side. We want to make sure he doesn't get that left-hand tower, but the fact that he has the lightning spell makes it so difficult to protect that left-hand side that I'm going to assume that the left-hand tower is going to die eventually. So let's play another Elixir Collector to get prepped for overtime, just in case we have to end up going there. He actually has an Elixir Collector, so I'm going to play my own cards pretty aggressively. Let's go and play our Sparky. We've got the Musketeer down as well. The Musketeer is going to shoot the Baby Dragon down to like 1 HP, and he's going to lightning spell down my Musketeer, which honestly is a pretty good thing for us, because keep in mind, we don't want him to destroy that left-hand tower just with his lightning spell. So let's go and play our Valkyrie. We're going to zap absolutely everything down. That'll kill the Baby Dragon. I've got the Musketeer as well, but he should have cycled to his lightning spell by now. So there goes another lightning against my tower. And at this point, there's 20 seconds left, so he's just racing against the clock to get another lightning spell down. So Giant's going to go down. I've got the Sparky going down. I've got the Valkyrie going down. I've got every single card in my deck going down. Valkyrie's going to turn around and make its way towards the tower with 6 seconds left. Check what I'm about to do, guys. I've got the cannon. I'm going to play the Fire Spirits to try to tank for the lightning spell, but unfortunately, the Fire Spirits did not have more than 167 HP. So if you guys know what the lightning spell does, the lightning spell targets, it targets the units that have the most HP. So if my Fire Spirits had like 180 hit points, they actually would have tanked that lightning spell, and I would have won the game. It would have just avoided the tower and only shot my lightning spell, and that would have been an absolutely insane victory. So now we have to do it the hard way. We have to make sure our troops go down. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got the Sparky, we've got the Valkyrie, we've got the Musketeer, we've got everything we can. I'm going to play another Giant in the very center as he plays his arrows, and with the Giant tanking both of the towers, we're just going to go ahead and make our way to the tower. I'm going to zap the tower to try to get as many hits off as possible. The Giant's going to give it one last smack to get it down to 350 HP. Guys, there's only 12 seconds left in the battle. I'm going to play the Valkyrie, the Fire Spirits. I'm going to cycle to the Musketeer in the very center. I've got the cannon. I'm going to play the cannon, cycle to the zap spell, and boom! 2 crowns with 3 seconds left on the clock. It was some fast finger work to make sure we could cycle all the way back to our Musketeer cannon, Musketeer zap combo. I also made sure that his troops made their way to my side of the map so my Musketeer didn't get distracted. Guys, all in all, 2 crazy battles, and ones I was really happy to show you on the channel. Those were insane distance battles, ones that test the true endurance of a Clash Royale champion. And fortunately, we were able to make it out on top towards the end and to pick up 2 victories both of those times. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys have any like crazy long battles, you can let me know in the comment section below. Like, have you had a 5-minute and 59-second one? Let me know about that. 5 minutes and 10 seconds was enough for me. I was already getting frustrated towards the end. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.